Welcome to Associated British Ports, the largest port operator in the UK. ABP owns and operates 21 ports around the UK coast, each with their own unique identity, and with the head office in London are firmly established in a global marketplace. All types of cargo are handled by sea, rail and road, with Southampton being the UK's #1 cruise port, handling a massive amount of passenger traffic every year, as well as cars and containers. Operations in Grimsby and Immingham combine to form Britain's busiest industrial port, with a mix of containerised cargo, agri-bulks, cars and coal for the energy industry. South Wales specialise in steel, coal bulk and timber cargoes, and the short sea ports, like Ipswich for example, deliver specialist services for European coastal shipping clients. Virtually all marine traffic will pass through an ABP port at some point. Future development includes Greenport Hull, which will service the development of Britain's largest offshore wind turbine production plant. ABP has responsibility for over 2,000 direct employees and acts as landlord for various other activities, overseeing a much larger workforce in total. There is also responsibility for the infrastructure of the port, the maintenance of the berths, quays and equipment used, as well as managing marine movements and safety of the environment and people working there. In many ports, ABP take the role of competent and statutory harbour authority. Commitment to a safe working environment forms an integral part of any port activity, and the health and safety of the workforce remains an absolute priority for the group. The ABP Board of Directors fully support this ethic, and the health and safety training and strategic developments are reviewed on an annual basis. The minimum mandatory level of PPE in all operational areas on ABP sites is hard hat, eye protection and hand protection, high visibility clothing and safety footwear. Additional PPE may be required for specific tasks and will be required by the safe system of work for that job. For example, when working adjacent to deep water hazards, a life jacket is mandatory. In dusty environments, dust masks may be required. Hearing protection may be required in noisy environments. These are, of course, just a few examples, and you should take note of your safe system of work for specific information, or ask your supervisor. You'll now take part in an interactive induction, which upon successful completion will give you an insight into the port procedures and policies. Please don't worry, it's not intended to be difficult. Some of the risks you'll be familiar with, and these can apply to any of the ports throughout the UK, but others are site-specific. The induction is not designed to replace your own skills and common sense, and there may be further training to take part in. Your supervisor will explain any additional risks or procedures associated with your specific workplace or environment. The induction involves watching several videos, some of which have an interactive questionnaire for you to complete online. To complete the induction, you'll need to answer all the questions correctly, and you'll be given a second chance if you get one wrong. But if you need any help, then the site induction facilitator or your supervisor will be able to help. It's important to pay attention to the video sections, as the answer to all the questions can be found there. If you're unsure about anything when working at the ports, then check with your supervisor, and if you do see something you think is unsafe, then report it. You don't have to give your name. There are postcards you can use, or refer to the website spot-it.co.uk for more information. You can also use the phoning system to report on 0845 03 44 570. We all have a responsibility to work safely.